Is there a Medicare Part B penalty loophole for employer coverage? Imagine being able to delay Medicare Part B without penalty just because you're still working. Sounds interesting, right? Well, there are rules that let you do that, but it's not exactly a secret loophole. Let's break down how it works and what you need to know. If you or your spouse are still employed and have a group health plan through a big employer with at least 20 employees, you can put off enrolling in Medicare Part B without worrying about late penalties. This is because the employer coverage is considered creditable, meaning it's as good as or better than Medicare's coverage. Medicare offers a special enrollment period that lets you sign up later without penalty once your employer coverage ends or you retire. The key is you must stay covered by that employer plan and not delay enrollment after losing it. Now, if your employer has fewer than 20 employees, Medicare is usually the primary payer, and your employer plan becomes secondary. In this case, you should enroll in Medicare Part B when you turn 65, even if you are still working. Failing to do so can lead to gaps in coverage and possible penalties later. So, the size of your employer matters a lot here. When your employment ends or you lose your employer coverage, you get an 8-month window called a special enrollment period to sign up for Medicare Part B without facing a penalty. If you miss this window and wait until the general enrollment period from January 1st to March 31st, your coverage will start on July 1st, and you might owe a late enrollment penalty. This penalty adds 10% to your monthly Part B premium for each 12-month period you were eligible but did not enroll. It's important to understand that there is no true loophole to avoid penalties forever. The rules are designed to help those who are still working with large employer plans delay enrollment safely. But once that coverage ends, you need to enroll promptly. If you miss the deadline, penalties can apply, and there's no way to dodge them indefinitely. For those working past 65, the main points are: if you work for a large employer with 20 or more employees, you can keep your employer coverage and delay Part B when you retire or lose that coverage. Enroll within 8 months to avoid penalties. If your employer is small, you should enroll in Medicare Part B at 65 regardless of your work status. Keep track of your coverage and deadlines to stay protected and avoid extra costs. In summary, while there are ways to delay Medicare Part B without penalties, if you have qualifying employer coverage, it's not a secret loophole. It's a set of rules meant to help people who are still working and covered by large employer plans. Following these rules carefully is the best way to stay covered and avoid unnecessary charges.